Good morning, folks. Something I just wanted to hit on, and I'm going to label this video as what I wanted to talk about to start with, was just using the Totes as a miniature greenhouse. 2 years ago, February would be 2 years ago, when I first got the first plants that I got from Phil, I wasn't using a lot of heat. I had the two 10,000 BTU LP heaters, but at that time, the only time I would turn them on was whenever they were predicting a hard freeze, and that's down 25 degrees for any length of time. And then so there were some years I didn't turn them on but 3 or 4 times in the whole year. But since I've started growing my kratom plants, last year I used it a good bit more, and then this year I'm even doing more than that. And with the beetle leaf that I'm growing, they're like the kratom in that they don't like the cold weather either. And so I've, like I said, kept a little more heat on it this year. But this is nothing but 2 deep toques, in which there are some I've seen that were even larger and even deeper, but I measured these and they came out to somewhere around 13 inches. So that would be a 26-inch tall plant. And I do have some of these that are larger than that, but it'd really be hard to get them in the box. I've been doing the big box of 3 with 2 of the 24-inch, and then some of the smaller ones, and for a 3 plant box of 100, costing 100. But one lady mentioned that she was doing this, and she was going to drill some holes through and put cable ties in between where it act as a hinge. Whenever I moved them outside year before last, I took and drilled 2 holes. I've got landscape fabric staples, and I just dropped the staple through on all 4 sides, and kind of so that the wind or birds landing on it or anything, the squirrels like to get up there on top of them and things, and that way it didn't get knocked off or whatever. And sitting outside, you have to watch out about it. Don't take long, and they can be full of water, and from a good rainstorm or what have you. But even I joked about 2 years ago when I was doing them, a greenhouse in a greenhouse, and that's kind of the way it is. They would get pretty warm inside in a day, and if you try it and do it too much sun, it's like leaving a pet or a youngin' in the car. You can cook it, and they can get quite hot inside. I'd put a thermometer in one, I don't remember if it was last summer or summer before, but whenever I took it out anyway, it had a temperature of like 140. And that's a little bit much for a plant, which here in the greenhouse, with the doors there open in the summer and the ones on the other end, I've had readings in here of 130 and better. But I brought them out and kind of moved I still have 9 pots of the turmeric, and I had gathered out what I'd done the other day, the old roots that I'd planted last year, and some might even been from years before. But anyway, I'd always plant 1 or 2 of the old ones and then stick down some new ones, and so I really don't know how well the old ones are doing. So this year, whenever I start repotting, in which I'm working towards that now, I'm going to mark them as being the old ones, and not put any young ones in with it and see just what the old ones do from one year to the next, if they come back or if they don't, what they produce. And it's just out of curiosity and being interested in experimenting and trying different things. I've been going through this morning and picking some old leaves and stuff, and have already got a pretty good collection, and popped a limb off of one. And with everything I got going on right now, I'm not going to try to root it. It'll just go to make a pot of tea. Got some really good new growth. Got a bunch of mulberries coming on. But I was a big barrel. I had moved these little ones out of here where I could move these big ones around, and that was where I broke the limb, is right in there whenever I was walking there through there with my big gut, and kind of broke them over a little bit. But last year, whenever I had dug my galanga, I had did some pots down there that are full of galanga, and I've already emptied one of them and been using it in place of my ginger. My ginger over here, it just didn't do really well this year, but I'm going to dig down and see what I have in it. But I wanted to go ahead and get some of the galanga up and have it ready for the giveaway that I was going to put the video up this coming weekend sometime. So if you're interested in a plant and some galanga and turmeric and maybe a piece of ginger and some things like that, be sure and watch for the video this weekend. I'd move my yaba mates out so I could pull that galanga out and move some plants around, and it has a lot of new growth on them and are looking real good. And I didn't like it. I had ordered a big thing of it. I think it was 2 kilos or something like that thing, like a 5-pound bag of stuff. Anyway, I tried several different pots and making it several ways, but I just didn't care much for it. And so those plants already are going somewhere else. One of them's going up to Maine, and the other one probably to North Carolina. As far as it goes right now, that's the intentions. And I think that's the highlights on everything I wanted to share with y'all this morning. And I'm going to get back to work and post this, and hope everyone has a blessed day.